return.
I was hit by a car and needed help. I called the Barnes firm. That was the best call I could have made.
I'm Rich Barnes. It's hard for people to know how much their accident case is worth. Let our injury attorneys help you get the best result possible.
I hope that you will see how much I love our country.
Now at 3, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson vows to defend the Constitution on day 1 of her historic confirmation hearings.
Plus a major mess in Colton. Cleanup is now underway after a fiery freight train derailment.
And not backing down, a top NATO official says the Russian war in Ukraine is on the verge of a stalemate. Good afternoon, I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. The deadly fighting continues with Ukraine refusing a Russian ultimatum to lay down arms in Mariupol, where hundreds of thousands of civilians are trapped.
Meantime, President Biden is warning American companies of possible Russian cyber attacks. KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang has been following the latest developments. She's live in the news center with an update. Kimberly?
Glenn Lou, hi. President Biden urging U.S. companies to fix software flaws, saying there's evolving intelligence that Russia is considering launching cyber attacks against critical infrastructure targets. Meanwhile, a senior U.S. defense official says the Russians have increased the number of military aircraft sorties over Ukraine in the past 2 days. That reportedly includes 300 in the last 24 hours, most of them air-to-ground strikes. The White House said Russian troops are in a stalemate in their invasion of Ukraine and haven't made the pace of progress that they hoped.
Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby said the Russians have not met many of the objectives they set out to achieve.
Clearly, and we said this from the beginning, Tara, that they wanted to get after population centers so that they could take control of key ports, key cities, key government institutions, and supplant the government of Ukraine with one more friendly to Russia.
But the attacks have intensified. Ukrainian officials said they're investigating possible war crimes after Russian forces attempted to disperse a pro-Ukraine rally in Kherson, reportedly using live fire, stun grenades, and tear gas. Video shows people running as shots are fired, some reportedly injured. Eyewitnesses said military fire was directed at protesters, even though Moscow has previously denied targeting civilians. A shopping mall on the outskirts of Kyiv destroyed. Ukrainian emergency officials say 8 people were killed by shelling Sunday. A fire broke out inside. The Russian military alleged that Ukrainian forces were using the mall to reload rocket launchers and store rockets used for shelling Russian troops.
Russia is now committing a real act of genocide against the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. For 3 weeks, 400,000 citizens have been surrounded without food, water, light, heat.
Ukrainian officials rejected a Russian demand that their forces lay down their arms and raise white flags in exchange for a safe passage out of the besieged port city.
They bombed everything. We don't have Mariupol anymore. We have to build this city from scratch.
Russian shelling led to an ammonia leak at a chemical plant in Sumy City. In his public address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky played the sound of air raid sirens and said this has become normal in cities across the country.
And ahead of his trip to Europe for urgent talks with NATO, President Biden held a call with European allies today and discussed serious concerns about Russia's brutal tactics, including attacks on civilians. Russia's foreign ministry warned that relations with the U.S. are on the verge of a breach, calling Biden's statement that Putin is a war criminal unacceptable. In News Center, Kimberly Chang, KTLA 5 News.
Kimberly, thank you. Closer to home, crews in Colton are clearing away a freight train derailment. The train was carrying lumber when it left the tracks. Now, this happened around 7:30 6:30 this morning along a rail line that parallels the eastbound lanes of the 10 freeway near 5th and K Streets. Union Pacific says 13 cars derailed, including the locomotives. An engine caught fire but was put out by the Colton Fire Department. None of the train crew was hurt. However, a contractor helping with the cleanup did suffer some kind of injury. The cause of the derailment is under investigation.
Heart-stopping video here of a Tesla flying through Echo Park. As the wild stunt goes viral, police are searching for the daredevil who smashed into 2 cars and put lives in danger.
KTLA 5's Courtney Friel joining us live this afternoon from Echo Park with reaction from residents who live on that street who are, of course, not happy today. Courtney.
That's right. Glenn and Lou, I don't know if you've ever been to this area before, but to see this incline in person, it is really steep, and one would have to be incredibly reckless and fearless to do something like this.